Good morning to those who are logging in. Welcome to New Student Orientation. We have put a question in the chat box, and as we wait for the session to officially begin, I encourage you to answer that question in the box, and we'll get to know each other a little bit. It's nice to see the answers to the questions coming in to our chat box. Susie, it is going to be a new adventure. It's an exciting one. And Kristen, learning is a significant part of what you're about to experience, and certainly growing both personally and academically and towards your future profession. Absolutely. Meeting new people. To those who are logging in, welcome. We will wait just a few more minutes before we start. We have asked a question in the chat box of what you are most looking forward to about the spring semester, and we're getting some great responses here. And I have to say, Jonna, that the ISU professors are some of the best in our nation, and their heart for students is something that I think you will recognize immediately, and the passion they have for their own professional area and what they are teaching you. And I see the note about starting later in life, and it is never, never too late. I had a grandmother who achieved her graduate degree at age 70. And I watched her walk the stage with a doctorate at age when she was 70, and I will never forget that day. Welcome to those who are here. We're letting everyone continue to log in. We're answering questions in the chat box. We will wait 1 or 2 more minutes to get started.
Hey, Brooke, how do I put my...
So we're going to use the chat box. So if you have questions today, and I'll mention this again when we officially get started, but we'll use the chat box for messaging, and we'll keep the microphones muted, except for those who are presenting.
Hi, I'm Jaron Thomas.
Hi, Jaron.
I'm from Logan, Utah. So,
Jaron, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to orientation. Good morning, everyone. We will officially begin now. I am going to share my screen with you. We will officially begin. One more moment. I wanted to start actually by saying a few housekeeping things. First of all, welcome to New Student Orientation. My name is Brooke Barber. I work and lead the Office of New Student Orientation. We appreciate all of you being with us. Before we get going, I did want to mention two things. One is that we are recording this so that it is able to be played back later. I also wanted to mention that we are live on YouTube for those who are accessing this presentation on YouTube today. We have Kimberly here who will be interpreting for us. We also have closed captioning happening. So I wanted to mention that if you would like to turn on your captioning, that is something that you can do at the bottom of your screen. You can use the chat box today to answer questions. We have a series of speakers, and so I will now share my screen with you, and we will officially begin. And I am going to have the honor this morning of starting today with the president of Idaho State University, Kevin Satterlee. And Mr. Satterlee, you are here with us. We appreciate you being with us this morning.
Thanks, Brooke. I appreciate it. Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to all of you as the newest members of the Bengal family. We're very excited to have you here today. What you're about to start today is a journey. It's a journey that will, and in fact is designed to be life-changing, because higher education is about helping you better your life. It's not only about giving you the tools to go out and get a job to make a living. It will do that. But it is also about ensuring you have the skills to go out and help change the world, to make our society better. And what we do at Idaho State University is designed to help you do exactly that. Help you go out and get that job, and help you go out and make a difference in our communities. Now, everybody knows, and you're going to hear a lot about how things are going to be a little different this semester. They are. But the things that are different were specifically designed so that you can continue to get that education that is going to be so important in your life. Here at Idaho State University, we have spent the last 9 months preparing for that to happen this semester. We've set up our classrooms in formats approved by the health department to make sure we are doing things according to the latest CDC guidelines. And we did all of that and all the other efforts, not for their own purposes. We did all of those so that we could have an environment where you can still get your education. That's why we're here. All those other things were just designed so that you can get your education, because that's the key. And while you're getting your education, I want you to find your roar. I want you to find where your passion lies. Find out what fulfills you as a person and pursue that, because that is how you will find your roar. And here at Idaho State is where you get to do it. So congratulations on starting this journey. You have a great time in front of you. Embrace it. Enjoy it, learn from it, and use it. And remember, throughout your journey, roar, Bengals, roar. Thanks, Brooke. Everybody, have a great day.
Thank you, President Satterlee. Thank you so much. It is now my honor to introduce our Assistant Vice President and Dean of Students, Dr. Craig Chatrand, to talk to you about student rights and responsibilities, and also student care and student assistance.
Good morning, everyone. Like Brooke and President Satterlee, I am so happy to be joining you this morning. The beginning of each semester is so exciting, and I love watching all of the different things you put in the chat box about what you're excited for. I can't echo President Satterley's comments enough. Higher education is life-changing. The things that you're about to learn are going to change you, shape you, and launch you into a different section of your life. And I love watching students start out on that journey. So as Brooke said, my name is Craig Chatcher, and I'm the Dean of Students here at Idaho State University. And we do a whole host of things in my office, but those things are really focused on trying to help you be successful. The Dean of Students office is here when you have a question and you don't know where to go with that question. Bring it to our office and we're going to get you connected to the right place on campus. So first off, we do a lot of student care and assistance out of the Dean of Students office. During your time at Idaho State University, you're gonna run into different challenges. College is hard, and you're gonna have some life circumstances that might present challenges as well. What we want to do is help partner with you to support you through those challenges, and so they don't derail your educational endeavors. So we have Benny's Pantry. We have a food pantry located on each of our outreach campuses. We have a Benny's Pantry in Pocatello, Meridian, and Idaho Falls. And this is for students who are food insecure and need a little bit help. And we have some wonderful staff who are able to connect with students and their families if need be to get them that assistance. We have a meal share program. It's also run out of the Dean of Students office, and it's similar to Benny's Pantry. Our coordinator for student care and assistance, her name is Stephanie Foreman, manages all of that program. And then we have a student emergency fund. We know, especially right now, a lot of economic volatility is happening for students as they're coming back to college. And so if you find yourself in a situation where, for whatever reason, you're not able to make your rent payment or pay an electric bill for a month, we have a student emergency fund that's able to try to help students in those moments so you can continue your education and get your basic needs taken care of. Some of the other things that we do out of my office falls under the guise of student conduct. And this is really where we talk about what your rights and responsibilities are as a student. When students violate policy, oftentimes they get to come visit with me or one of my staff members to talk a little bit about their behavior, what our expectations are for students. But what I want you to know is when you run into challenges, either with other students or other people on our campus, we're a place that you can come and get support. You have a right to an education that is free of harassment, discrimination, and we're one of the people on campus that can work to make sure you have that environment here. So if you can find the student rights and responsibilities in our student conduct code on the Dean of Students office website, and Brooke has the link right there. It's kind of a lengthy document, but it can be summed up pretty easy as do the right thing. What we believe in is, in terms of education, is that we partner with you. Your faculty members are going to partner with you. You have a responsibility in your education as well. And so when you have moments where you're not sure what to do, ask a faculty member, come ask our office. If you find yourself in a situation where maybe you're being alleged that you violated a policy, come talk to me, and those conversations are really productive if a student comes with an open mind about resolving a conflict. That's mostly how we view student conduct at Idaho State, is resolving conflict. Would you go into the next slide as well, Brooke? This is what we spend most of our time doing, is trying to advocate for students on our campus. Sometimes students are in situations where they don't understand why they received the grade that they received, or they don't think they were graded fairly. We're not in charge of all of that process, but we help walk students through it. We'll walk with you through your education here. And so if you need some help talking to a faculty member, if you're not sure how a particular process works, if your academic advisor tells you that you can appeal to have some transfer credits accepted, but you're not sure what that means, come to our office and we're going to be able to try to help walk you through that. So we do that for both academic and non-academic issues. Like I said, if you have a conflict or a challenge on our campus, we do a lot of advocating for students in those circumstances. And then if you find yourself in a situation where you're unable to let your faculty members know that you're not going to be on campus or be able to attend classes, depending on the circumstances, most of the time we can help notify your faculty for you. We do this a lot in the cases of if a student experiences an emergency for themselves or for their family. That's a big time when we'll do this. So death in the family, sickness, illness, injury, those types of things. We can let your faculty members know that you're not going to be in class for a while. I like to finish on this slide because, again, we do the student conduct pieces, we do the support pieces, but it's really the advocacy services where we're going to spend most of our time helping students. On the Pocatello campus, our office is located in the Pond Student Union in the hypo-style section of the building. That's the long, narrow part of the student union. But you can get a hold of us either through forms that we have on our website or just call our office. Any of our students on any of our campuses can get in contact with us and we'll do whatever we can to help you. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Melissa Milliken. She is our interim Title IX coordinator. Melissa is a wonderful person to get to know because she has so many skills in helping our students in the Title IX world that she's going to talk about today, but in many other areas of your education. She's a wonderful person to get to know. So Melissa, I'll go ahead and turn it over to you now.
Thank you, Craig. It's very nice. Like Craig said, my name is Melissa. I'm the interim Title IX coordinator. Next, you'll be able to see my contact information. Take a minute, screenshot this or take a picture of this information. This is probably the most important thing I have to say today is where we're at and how you can get a hold of me. If you're on Meridian campus or Twin Falls or any of our other campuses, my email still works, the phone still works. Please feel free to call anytime or email us with any sort of questions you might have. Title IX. Title IX is federal guidance that instructs, one area that it instructs is higher education on things related to gender-based and sexual misconduct. There's these top areas that Title IX tells universities how to handle and how to address and how to regulate certain aspects of it. So we have discrimination on the basis of sex, sexual harassment, sexual assault, stalking, intimate partner violence, or dating. Those are what we would consider the top five, the big five ones that we're most concerned with. It's important at this point also to remember what Craig said about the Student Code of Conduct. There's other rules that kind of cross over between Title IX and Student Code that you need to be aware of. The other minor areas, not necessarily in violation, but less regulated are areas like sexual exploitation. We care about that. We're going to investigate that if we hear any sort of complaints or issues with that. We also help students with pregnancy accommodations. So if you find yourself in a situation where you're needing additional time to complete your coursework, maybe because of either pregnancy or complications due to a pregnancy, that's what Title IX is here for. We also help with any sort of discrimination or harassment based on sexual orientation or gender identity. One of the things I want to talk about before we get to this, what we do, is the idea of consent. Within each of these areas, consent is a very important topic. It relates to whether or not often we have a complaint of sexual harassment or sexual assault is based on consent. We want to remember that in our student code of conduct and under Title IX, consent is both clear, knowing, and voluntary. So we have to make sure that in any sort of situation involving our relationships, we understand the importance of consent. So what do? We investigate complaints. When somebody brings something to us, we do something. We don't just say, thank you for the information and do nothing. We take action. That action depends upon the individual. In Title IX, what we call the person who brings forth the complaint, we call them the complainant. They have a lot of say in how we deal with the investigation. Just because you make a complaint to Title IX doesn't mean we take over and you have no say. It can involve us doing a full investigation. It can involve contacting the police department. It can involve not contacting the police department. A lot of say is put in the hands of that complainant. We also work to stop the discriminatory or harassing behavior. We work to remedy the effects of the harassment. We work to prevent recurrence of the harassing behaviors, and we support our students. Those last ones, stop, remedy, prevent, and support, all fall under this category of what we might call supportive measures. It can involve anything from maybe looking at your class schedule, looking at where people are on campuses, putting no contact orders in place. There's a wide range of things that we can do. I encourage you to visit our Title IX website. It has a list of different things under our policy of which we might employ to help keep you safe here on campus. Most important, we're approachable. Please come talk to me. I'm under the Office of Equity and Inclusion. We're here for you, and we want to make sure that you feel safe here on campus. Roar Bengals roar. Next, we have Jace England here. He's going to talk to you from Public Safety.
Thank you, Melissa. As she said, my name is Jace England. I'm a sergeant at the Department of Public Safety at Idaho State University. And as a fellow student as well, I'm excited to welcome you all to the Bengal community. One of our jobs is making sure that in your academic career, you guys feel safe and that you know that you have somebody to turn to in situations where you may feel uncomfortable or something is suspicious and not right. We also work very closely with Melissa in Title IX in different situations as well. A little bit about us as public safety. We have officers on the Pocatello campus mainly, but we also have officers in Idaho Falls and Meridian. We work closely with local police and fire departments. We're a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week emergency response department. We are here, at least on the Pocatello campus, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. The Pocatello campus has a full dispatch center or call center on duty 24/7 to take your calls. And we also dispatch out of Pocatello to Meridian and Idaho Falls. So if you're in Meridian or Idaho Falls, you all call the same number and we'll get an officer to your location for any emergency that you may have. Public safety officers are also all certified first responders. A lot of us have come from other agencies to be able to come and work here. Any trainings that we go to, we work closely with Pocatello Police as well as the Bannock County Sheriff's Office, and then the Idaho Falls and Meridian campuses. They work closely with their respective police agencies in the area to make sure that we're all post certified and properly trained in first responders trainings. The variety of patrol methods that we have on the Pocatello campus that you'll see is mainly vehicle patrol, but we also have a bicycle patrol that you'll see out. A couple of our officers last year went through a bicycle patrol program, and we also have a few motorcycles that you'll see possibly during parades or special events. One of the things that we wanted to make you guys aware of that's a huge tool for students is the Rave Guardian app for your phone. It's a free download, and if you have any questions about it while you're on campus, public safety can put on a live demonstration of this application if at any time you're confused by any of the features of this app. But essentially what it is it's a great way to submit to us suspicious activity while remaining anonymous. It also has some other features that I believe on the next slide we show the screen face. So you can also call 911 from that app, and you can also call us directly from that app. There's also a cool feature called the safety timer. If you feel uncomfortable, it's late at night and you're walking to your car and your car's across the parking lot and you know it's going to take you 3 or 4 minutes to walk to your car, then you can set that for 3 or 4 minutes. And if you haven't checked in with us, an alarm will go off in our dispatch that you haven't checked in, and we'll send an officer directly to your GPS coordinates on your phone due to that app. So this is just a cool thing that ISU offers that hopefully will make you feel a little bit safer on campus. And it also allows you to call 911 or call campus safety without being too obvious, as it's just the touch of one of those buttons. Some of the free services that public safety offers that I think it's important for everybody to know is we do offer free safety escorts. If you feel like you're being followed or anything like that, you can jump into a building and call us, and we'll come and walk you to your car. We'll walk you to your next class. That's free of charge. If you feel unsafe on campus, our main goal is to make sure that you feel safe while you're on campus. We also do free vehicle jump starts. If your battery dies, just call us. We'll come. We'll jump your vehicle. If you lock your keys in your car, that's a big one. I just saw somebody while I was patrolling last night. They called and paid a towing company to come and unlock their car. We do that free of charge for students and faculty and staff. So if you lock your keys in your car, give our dispatch a call and we'll send somebody over to unlock your vehicle for you. And then also with Idaho state law, as well as ISU university policy, we don't allow firearms in housing units, things like that. If you're coming from out of state and you want to bring a firearm, we do also offer free firearm storage. We have safes and vaults that we put them in here at Public Safety. You just have to sign a paper and we'll store it for you for free as long as you need that stored. Any weapon, firearm, anything like that. So those are just some of the free services that Public Safety offers. This is our contact information. Actually, if I could make a little change. So our number is actually 2515. Sorry about that. That was a typo there. So it's 282-2515 is our dispatch. And then obviously emergencies, you want to call 911. And then our website there, it has all the policies that we follow and things like that you can find.
Thank you so much, Sergeant England, for being with us today. So for everyone here, this overview today in this welcome was a way for us to introduce to you ways that we intend to do our part as a university in helping you to have a safe place to live, work, and study while you are here at ISU. And so for Sergeant England and Melissa Milliken and our Dean of Students, Dr. Chatrand, I'm grateful to them for explaining to you how we can support you as you start your journey. I wanted to quickly go through the agenda for the rest of orientation today. Each of these sessions is designed for you to receive information from us to help your academic and social transition into ISU. So at 10 o'clock, we will invite families and guests into our family and guest session. Then students who are with us today, we have student small groups, and we have a phenomenal group of student leaders who are excited to meet you in virtual small groups and to act as a peer mentor to you and to answer your questions. So I would highly encourage you not to miss that. At 11 o'clock, you will log in to meet the faculty, which is where you will meet the faculty of your intended academic program. The Lunch and Learn tutorials at 12 noon are important because we want for you to have the chance to understand how to use Moodle and MingleWeb, how to find scholarships within the BOSS system. And the idea at 12 o'clock is that we understand you will be in your own home or apartment, and that's a chance for you to casually eat lunch while you watch these demonstrations of our ISU systems. At 1 o'clock, we will break out by campus. So you'll see links on our website for Pocatello, Meridian, Twin Falls, and Idaho Falls. And that is a chance for you to learn more about ways to be engaged socially on your campus. and to meet the faculty and staff of that specific outreach center of ISU. At 2 o'clock, the Career Center will lead you through some career exploration and will begin to help you understand the connection between your academic program and your future goals. And they will explain to you the resources they offer for interviewing and resume writing and finding on and off campus jobs. At 3 o'clock, we will end the day with Stress Management Strategies hosted by the Counseling and Testing Center. I encourage you to stick with us and join us for that, because they are going to talk about what it means to be in transition as you start a new adventure, a new academic experience, as you start a new journey with ISU. The links for each of these, as I mentioned, are found on the New Student Orientation website. If you have not already checked your ISU email, the Zoom links and passcode were emailed to you. Obviously, you are with us today, so those of you who are here found it. But if you know of other students who ask how you found the link, please refer them back to their ISU email for the passcode. And then, of course, all of the links will be found on the orientation website. For example, for Meet the Faculty at 11, you will see a login for each academic college. At this time, we are going to end this session. So if you have questions today that you haven't had answered, you're going to have so many opportunities to pose those to us. So we are not going to answer those right now. I encourage you to bring those into the student small groups at 10, or if you are a family member or guest, I encourage you to bring those questions into the family and guest session at 10 o'clock. As I mentioned, the links are found on our website. We will end this session, let you have a break to refill your coffee or grab a water, and we look forward to logging in back with you at 10 o'clock. Thank you so much, everyone, and thank you to our presenters today. And roar, Bengals, roar.